There are ghost children possessing giant robots. Thanks for the heads up.
Gosh, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to The Sanctuary. This week, I saw the fan favorite, super favorite, attracting game of all time, I guess. Anyways, I saw Five Nights at Freddy's on Peacock. So it was a huge relief that I didn't even have to leave my desk or leave my home in order to watch this movie and spend money on it. As many of you know, Five Nights at Freddy's is based on the very popular game Five Nights at Freddy's, yada yada, jump scare. Josh Hutcherson plays Mike, and he tries to be the sole guardian of his sister Abby, though he keeps replaying his past when his brother Garrett was taken away, and that just kind of goes down the wayside. He does whatever it takes to give a good life and a good home for Abby. So he decides to take a night job being security for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But there are people that are preying on his downfall. That's right. Mike and Abby's own aunt is trying to get custody of Abby, but by sabotaging Mike's life. Talk about a loving family, huh? But get this is hilarious. So Mike and Abby's aunt hires a group of schmucks to basically sabotage Mike's life. So they break into Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in the middle of the day. And this break-in scene feels so corny, so 80s, so tomato to the frickin' screen. They break one thing and they start howling and hooting and hollering, and it's like, what year is this movie in? They break in, the animatronics can come to life. I think you know where this part is going. Yeah, dead. Anyway, the problem with this movie is that there's not really any gore. Now, this is kind of like a horror movie, yes, but I feel like even though it was PG-13, I feel like it would have benefited with an R rating. Like, give us the gore, give us the tearing of the body, like, show us someone being put into an animatronic suit, like how tight that gets with the spring locks. Also, it's not Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like 5 days and maybe like 2 or 3 nights anywhere but Freddy's. Then I remember one scene, and the best way I can give it context is like a Step Brothers / Tim Allen Home Improvement building scene. And that made me think, like, what movie am I watching now? And the whole Mike dream chase thing for his brother to try and save him and find the man that took him, it just got annoying because it felt like that part of Mike's story was going absolutely nowhere. They tried to intertwine it with Abby, but to me, it just fell flat. A lot of this story, just like the dream chase, feels unnecessary. There are times you have to step back and remember, oh, this is just a video game, and it's just being put onto screen. But that's not the case here. You don't have to make a compelling story with all these characters. Most people, when they hear that a video game is being turned into a movie, they're expecting basically a live action copy and paste. You essentially have the story, you have your characters, it's all laid out. The outline is basically there. You just have to pick your actors and press record. The biggest person I'm going to give props to is Matthew Lillard, because him playing William Afton, it looked like he was having a good time in this role. Although I'm not going to lie, he did kind of butcher like a signature line of William Afton, but whatever, who cares at this point? A lot of the film feels formless, like it doesn't really feel like it goes towards a certain genre in particular. It goes from like thriller to kid comedy to adventure to sci-fi to romance to drama. It's all over the place. And then we get to the final battle, their climax, whatever you want to call it, and it just felt rushed. Like there was all this buildup for like, oh, Freddy's, the animatronics are gonna get you. And then when they try to get you, it's like there and then it's done. Like everything's coming down and then it's done. Then you're kind of sitting there thinking, so happily ever after, I guess? Or maybe not. Really, who cares at this point? We know even if it does bad, they'll probably make more and then that'll be it. But Five Nights at Freddy's really hurts my brain. And don't get me wrong, I loved the subtle cameos that they had, like Matt Pat, Corey Kenshin. Still kind of sad that Markiplier wasn't in it, because I feel like besides Matt Pat, he is the biggest presence in the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. So it's really sad not being able to see him kind of like get homage paid to. It's like, thank you for getting us to this point. I don't know, man. This is the second dud in a row, and this is how we're wrapping up the spooky season of Halloween.
What a drag.
If you're gonna watch this movie, sit down, have a drink, pull up Peacock, and don't go to the theater. Don't spend your money on this movie. That's all I have for Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me know if you're gonna see it, or if you did see it, comment down below. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like. It is always so much appreciated here in the sanctuary. Sadly, I have no children today. Deadbeat dad. And if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that notification bell for every week this lover boy pops up in your feed. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.